this is my first check-in in this vlog, and I am a little over halfway in the deep. I am enjoying this one. There are some things that are kind of dragging it on, though. There's a lot of flashbacks in this one, and dreams. So if you're not a fan of those, this one might not be for you. My friend Kitty just posted an ocean horror reading vlog on their channel, and I will link it in the description box down below. And they just read The Deep. Wasn't a huge fan. The flashbacks were a problem. But with the dreams in this, I'm finding they're getting more and more creepy. And I kind of liked that, what Nick Cutter is doing with that aspect of it. So I haven't even talked about what this is about. This is about a pandemic, fun, called the Gits, and it's like Alzheimer's. It's people forgetting everything, forgetting how to breathe, forgetting how to eat, and there's a research team of scientists in the Mariana Trench, which is 8 miles in the Pacific Ocean. I don't know why I did that, you know, down there, and they are studying this sea bottom, like, bacteria thing. Not bacteria, ambrosia is what it's called. It keeps reminding me of that nasty, like, ambrosia salad from, like, Edward Scissorhands or something. Like, ugh. Anyways, yeah, and this guy, a scientist named Clayton, sent a message to his brother, who's a veterinarian, who is going through life. He's having a tough life, and yeah, he's good because his brother seemed very upset, and he's like, come home, and he's like, okay, like, what's going on? And it's like this whole thing to get to him because he's 8 miles under the ocean, which good brother, right? I would sorry, little brother. You are on your own down there. But anyways, his brother's a bit of like a sociopathic, like, scientist guy, so there's that element to it. There's this whole element of being under the water like that. It reminds me of Sphere by Michael Crichton. It's giving me underwater vibes with the Kristen Stewart movie, which I love. I love that movie. And yeah, it's just giving me all those vibes. I just read a very, very creepy part with a chest slash trunk thing, and I was like, what is happening? But yeah, it's very creepy. There's a lot of bug stuff in this, so if you don't like that. And then I'm thinking there's going to be some animal cruelty. There's already kind of hinted at some animal cruelty. The main character is a veterinarian, and there's a dog in this facility, so I'm like really worried for the dog right now. And Nick Cutter loves to do animal cruelty in his books, I feel like. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this. I did stay up way too late to watch the volume of season 4 of Stranger Things. I'm rocking my Stranger Things shirt that I just got at Five and Below. And wow, that was draining, I guess, as a human. Yeah, they put us through the ringer this season for sure. I'm very excited for season 5, though. I don't know, my floor just cracked super loud. And I want to look for some summer horror movies that I haven't seen yet on Tubi, which is really tough because I watch way too many dang movies, especially on Tubi. But yeah, that is for my very quick check-in. And yeah, I'm going to finish The Deep tonight. Hopefully we're having like a paint party tonight, so I think I'm going to be antisocial for it because it's just going to be boys. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to yeah, stay in my room. And yeah, hopefully finish The Deep and watch a summer horror movie I haven't seen yet. So very exciting stuff happening this weekend. I've totally forgot to say the date too. It is July 2nd. I started The Deep July 1st. So yeah, that's where we're at in this check-in. This is awkward now. I don't know why. Okay, so it's been a full day since I checked in. We went kayaking yesterday and it took a little bit longer than we thought because Alex and I decided to use a one kayak because we only have one paddle right now. And then he was going to tow me on a tube and it just like did not work out the way we thought it would. But I had a lot of fun. The river was super warm and beautiful. And yeah, it was interesting. But we were exhausted afterwards. Anyways, but yesterday morning I did finish The Deep by, I just dropped a piece of paper, by Unique Kitty. So, the ending of this did not work for me. I don't know what else to say. I was like, I thought it was going to go in another direction than it did. I feel like less is more, and this kind of gave us too much. And it also started to feel like, I don't know if I already talked about this or not, it felt like Nick Cutter just had all of these really creepy like montages that he wanted to write about, and it stuck them in here. Like, this doesn't feel like a complete cohesive story. I don't know. I will say the ending at the very end, that's the ending I wanted. I wanted something like just cut out of it. Like, I didn't need a full explanation. I don't know. I just didn't need it. And it didn't really make sense to me. There is a scene in this that I really liked a lot. Maybe two scenes. Maybe two, and then, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, it felt kind of all over the place for me. And I didn't need something in the ending. It could have just cut out like the 15 pages that it explained it, and it would be fine. It would have been 4 stars. But sadly, I think I'm leaning towards a 3-star. I did enjoy this, but it did feel all over the place and weird. And it didn't quite go where I was thinking it was going to go. And yeah, you know, say less. Say less. But yesterday, since I was so tired, I didn't really do anything else. I ended up starting Black Mouth by Ronald Moffat. I have the arc of this, and I'm 80% in. I'm really enjoying this. This is spooky summer vibes, 100%. There's carnival vibes in this. Creepy woods, a creepy town, horrors happening as a kid and having to confront that as an adult. This is very it-like. But there is a trope in this that I am not a fan of, and Stephen King used to do this kind of a lot in his books, and it just feels very outdated, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not done like in a grossly like exploitative way, but it just feels off. And that is the magical person with disabilities. I'm not a huge fan of that trope. It doesn't feel very 2022. Anyways, that's my PC mind, I guess. I'm like, I don't know if I like that. But it doesn't feel like over the top, or that character's done like over the top like that. But yeah. It's just bugging me. And everything else though I really like. I love the creepy town section, and like the mythos and the stories behind it. Like, yeah, I love all of that. And the villain in this is really interesting, and the lore behind him is getting really interesting. And yeah, I really like this. I could see people saying like this one is really long because I think it is 400 pages, but I am flying through it. It is very easy to read. As Malfoy books tend to be on the longer side, but the way he like does the chapters and stuff, like it's switching POVs, it's like switching times, like I don't know what this is. It's like you're swimming through Malfoy books. This is my 3rd one. And I typically really enjoy them. But yeah, I would just say that one trope, I'm just like, oh, why did you have to do that? But again, it doesn't feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it. There's animal cruelty in this too, which coming out of reading The Deep, I'm just like, how much more can I take? Sometimes it's rough being a horror fan. It's like, oh, I gotta read that again. Oh no. So yeah, I'm feeling for all of the animals in the books that I'm reading right now. I'm just like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Hopefully I will read something more lighter after these 2 books, because geez Louise. But anyways, that is my update. I just filmed the rest of my June wrap up. And yeah, today's the 4th. So I think I'm doing something. I don't know yet. Nothing big. We're not going to go watch fireworks or anything. But yeah. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna finish Blackmouth, and then I'm not sure where else I'm going. What else am I going to read? Who knows? Okay, so I'm about to go into work. It is the next day. It is the 5th, and I finished Blackmouth, and the words, they're coming to my brain. There was some creepy imagery in this that I really enjoyed and appreciated at the end of it, and I liked the lore, and I liked the story, and I liked, it felt folklore-y, like the Blackmouth story, and then there's a separate story in it as well, and I really liked that aspect of it, and how weird it got, and how close it felt like it, but yeah, that trope in it bugged me so much, and then something happens at the end and it just feels like all of that happened for nothing in a way. But yeah, I don't know, it's bugging me. I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit more to give it a rating, because right now I'm like at a 3, and yeah, I might have to think about it a little bit more. It might change. I might I don't know think about it, like, if that made more sense, what happens. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I will say Mia in this book is one of my favorite characters. The main character is kind of boring and sad, but yeah, she's a badass in this, and that was really cool. But today I had a lot of adult things to do, sadly, I know, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start this book, Hide and Seeker by Daka Herman, because the book I wanted to start, another summer horror, is like kind of extreme horror, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a break for a second. I'm gonna cool my heels a little bit, because reading The Deep and Blackmouth back to back, with all of that animal cruelty in it and stuff, I was like, you know, I just don't think I can take any more animal cruelty like this week. I can't do it. But yeah, I picked this up this morning and I was like, yeah, I have like 40 minutes or so. I'm gonna knock this out. Or I'm gonna knock out a couple pages. I did not think I was gonna knock out the whole book today. I knocked out the whole book today before work. I will say Michelle's library helped me knock it out with reading sprints today. She was sprinting with Lexi. And I did 2 sprints over there, and ended up finishing this book. It was so good. Did I cry? Yes, I cried. So this is about a group of friends that are visiting their friend that was missing for a year. He disappeared and he came back, and he's a little off. It was a little weird now, and his mom wanted his friends to come over and see him, and they had a party, and they start playing hide and seek, and they mess up. That's all I'm gonna say. This went somewhere I wasn't expecting. First of all, it got very, very creepy and spooky. The villain in this is utterly terrifying, and like what happens to the kids and stuff is really scary. It's very scary stuff that happens in the very spooky, creepy imagery. Just think of like all of those horrifying things, like your fears that you get scared of in books and stuff, or in real life, like snakes, spiders, bugs, ghosts, grief. Our main character is dealing with like a lot of grief, and like dolls. There's such a great doll scene in this, and yeah, all of that happens in this, and our main character is like dealing with his grief pretty much too, and oh, it's so good. I love this book. I am leaning towards a 5-star for this, I think, because I loved it so much, and it did make me cry. There is like such a sad part in it, and yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, this middle grade is making me tear up a little bit, like just thinking about it, like how special friendships are and stuff, especially when you are like 11 or 12. Like, excuse me, I'm gonna cry now. But yeah, this is a fun summer horror. I'm pretty sure this takes place during summer break for the kids. There's a ton of spooky imagery in it. If you like Stranger Things, I think this is a great Stranger Things recommendation as well. And yeah, if you're still reeling from Stranger Things, pick up this and it will make you really sad. It's great. But yeah, that is my reading check-in, and I'm gonna pretend I wasn't just sitting in my car crying at a camera talking about a middle grade horror book. But yeah, I'm gonna go to work now, and I think I'm gonna start Forgotten Island by David Sodergren. I've heard excellent things about this one as well, and yeah, I think this one is a little bit longer for a Sodergren book. I think it's 300 pages or over 300 pages, so hopefully I will knock out some of this at work today on my Kindle. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm gonna catch up on some booktube videos and hopefully not be busy at work. Hopefully I won't have to work at work. That would be awesome. Okay, so I know the lighting and the angle is probably a little wonky right now. I actually am up at my parents' for my mom's birthday, and I forgot to vlog before I left Richmond, so I'm in the burbs right now being weirded out. I always get creeped out when I come to the burbs. I don't know why. Yep, I do know why. But anyways, I went on a little hike this morning, and yeah, it was very creepy to be in the woods after reading Forgotten Island by David Sodergren. I finished this on sprints last night on Lexi's channel with Michelle, and I'll link their channels in the description box down below. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. It is B-movie quality, I guess. So you're probably either gonna love it or hate it. It is about two sisters who are in Thailand, and they are partying and they're having like the time of their lives. No, they're not. They're not having the time of their lives, but it's like, I guess one of those trips where it's like, oh yeah, we have to have fun. So they're partying hard, and one night they party a little too hard and end up stranded on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and then the closest thing they see is this island, and they have to go, and they're on this boat with some terrible people. David Sodergren writes really great characters that you hate and you cannot wait for them to eat it. Like, so good at, yeah, being like, I can't wait to read this person's death, like, because they suck. And yeah, it has a really kind of sentimental sister relationship in this. The ending is what is making me think it's 5 stars, because the way it ended, it had one ending and you're like, okay, good, this feels good, I'm satisfied. And then it had another ending, and then it had another ending. Don't worry guys, the dog does not die at the end though, but I was like, it yeah, it was shocking to say the least. And yeah, I really like this. I like the imagery in it. I liked the gore. There's one of my favorite kill scenes, the type of style kill scenes done in this. That is very slasher-like and just fantastic. But yeah, if you like B-movies, you'll definitely like this one. It's on Kindle Unlimited. And yeah, I think this might be... No, it's not my favorite Sodergrain. I think Maggie's Grave is still my favorite. And with Devil's Burnouts coming up. I don't know. This is up there, though, because I like it more than Night Shoot. But yeah, highly recommend if you're looking for a summer B-movie, slasher, horror. I would say it's a slasher. It's like a mix. It's like creature feature slasher. Yeah, like a mix of that in there. But yeah, I absolutely loved it, and I'm so happy I read it because yeah, it was fantastic. But anyways, I'm gonna end this vlog here. I am sweating. I'm probably melting. My makeup, like, I know is all messed up already because I was sweating and I already rubbed my eyes. Anyways, but yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Have you read any of these books? Are you intrigued to read any of these books? And how is your summer going in general? Every day in July, you did it, you know, like, it's rough. It's rough. It's so hot. But yeah, you guys have a great day. Bye.